computer. Recording in progress. Right. So, thank you for joining me, Helen. Hopefully everyone else will be watching this on record or on catch up. We know it's a difficult time. A lot of people can't join us because they're teaching and some are overseas and they're asleep. So we never know how many people are going to join us. Sometimes it's one, sometimes it's many more. But anyway, we're introducing this new 15-minute skill building session, which hopefully will help people to run more successful dance classes, fitness classes, and give you things to think about, give you tips and tools to help you. So next month, we've got Deborah Laws, who's coming to talk to us, and we've got some Instagram experts joining us as well over the next few months. So if there's anything in particular you want to know or want to learn more about, whether it's social media in general, marketing, how to do your tax returns, anything like that, just ping us an email and we can speak to an expert and see if they'll come and join us and share their expertise for like 15 minutes. So short and simple. So today I was going to talk about, because I did write this book, which is 101 marketing tips for dance teachers, many moons ago. So it's some of it is dated now, obviously, because social media moves so quickly, but it's got a lot of really easy gems in there. But I'm not here to plug the book. I'm taking this from the book. So this is, do these 3 simple things this weekend and you will increase your class numbers. So things to think about. So I am going to read from the book as well as chat, but as we know, most things don't happen overnight. We do little things in our businesses and dance classes to make them grow. So we're building our reputations, we work hard to provide the best service we possibly can, and we create a brand that people know, like and trust. However, there are 3 simple things you can do this weekend to increase numbers in your classes. So we'd love you to have a go and report back and let us know how you got on. So the first thing to do is to email your database and tell them the benefits of attending your class. So a lot of people don't have a database. If you do not have one, we'd strongly recommend that you have one. Now, some people might have this on a spreadsheet, just the email addresses of people that have come to their classes or people that have inquired about your class. So even if you just keep a simple spreadsheet, now you've got to be aware of GDPR rules and not sharing that information. And there's more info on GDPR if you'd like it. But there are free database systems that are really good, such as Mailchimp and Mailerlite, which are free up to a certain amount of people on that database. So I think up to 1,000 they're free. So if you haven't got a database, definitely recommend getting one. So think about what you're saying in your email. So even if it's just a manual email out to people that you've got their email addresses, not necessarily saying come to my pop dance class on a Wednesday at 10 o'clock, but to say, you know, the benefits of coming along. And we're not talking just pop dance, anything that you're doing, what are the benefits of people coming along? So, you know, they're gonna meet new people, they're gonna, you know, they're gonna meet people in the flesh as well, because obviously with lockdown we've all been a bit isolated, so they're gonna meet real human beings, so there's a great social side to it. They're going to get active. They're going to feel good with the music that we use. They're going to tone up. It's going to help their muscle memory. All these things that you can just put in an email to say, you know, it could be someone who perhaps hasn't been for a while. You might want to say something like, you know, oh, we've missed you in class. We'd love to see you again. You know, we've got these 3 classes or whatever classes you've got on. You know, it's great for giving you that whole feel-good factor. We know it's been a really tough couple of years. Even the music that we use really makes you feel better. So really sort of emphasising on the benefits of coming along, because we all know, especially if classes are on at night, it's really dark out at the moment. Can we be bothered to go out? But, you know, we all know that feel-good music and just going somewhere else and chatting with other people really does give you that whole feel-good factor and that motivation to, you know, to feel much better about ourselves. So that's one thing you can do. And I've put here, think of your email as a movie trailer, making it exciting, leaving the reader wanting more, you know, make it exciting to, you know, come come along to class, come back to class, or you know, if you haven't come before, do come in and try it. Would love to see you. Making people feel wanted. And I think when people do sort of drift off or don't come back, it's really nice to get an email to be known that you're missed. You know, we've noticed that you're not in class.
Yeah.
You know, we miss you. Are you okay? Kind of thing.
Yeah, that's really helpful actually, because I've got a couple of people who came sort of to the end of last year and they've not been back, and they've sent an email saying, oh, I'm not too great at the moment, but I would love to come back, and I haven't really known how to approach it, because you don't want to sort of come across like you're hounding people. But that's not, and actually I get that from my gym, like, oh, we've missed you at such and such a class. So yeah, no, that's great. I've made a note of that. Thank you.
No problem. And it's just really nice, you know, to feel part of something. And, you know, when I go to class, obviously, you know, I'm not a teacher, but, you know, you get to know people, and then you end up, you know, being in a little Facebook group with that class or a WhatsApp group and chatting to each other. And, you know, many of people do. I mean, I know in Leanne's classes, they all go for coffee and cake afterwards, which is nice. So there is a real good social side to it as well. And I know a lot of people have really struggled this year, over the last couple of years, with, you know, not feeling great. And dance fitness is just such a good way to get you out of that hole and get you feeling better. So demonstrating the benefits. It's not just come to my dance class. It's so much more than that. The second thing was get chatting in Facebook groups. So Facebook groups really helped us to grow our brand and our personality and grow our team, because you see so many people in Facebook groups now just sort of what we call link dumping, where they go, my class is on Friday at 10 o'clock, here's the link, bye. And there's no interaction. So we say chatting, so we say it's about being sociable in the Facebook group. So one of the ones that's worked really well for us is local sort of mum parent groups. In St Albans, we've got a group called St Albans Mums, and it's literally chatting in there. And one of the best ways that some of our kids' classes have started is by a teacher saying, I'm thinking of starting a dance class in this area. Is that something that your children would be interested in? And people really, really do want to help. Most people really do want to help you. And they'll say, yeah, that's, you know, we'd love to do that. And then you can ask them sort of what venues they would recommend, what time of day would best suit them. So it's a really good way of doing market research as well. So in your case, Helen, because I know you run the Pop Dance Fit and other classes as well, it's just asking people, you know, what do you want to get from a fitness class? Or, you know, how do you think how does a dance class make you feel? So really asking people questions rather than dumping a link and then going, you know, and people get to know, actually, this person really does care about their participants, because we do, you know, we want people to feel great in our dance classes or they're not going to come back. So creating that sort of warmth, and people do really want to help, is a great way to get class numbers up, or get people along to have a trial. So you can say, you know, I'm launching this class, or my classes are already going. If you'd love to come along and have a try, we'd be more than happy for you to come along, come and give it a go and see what you think. We're very friendly, you know, because a lot of people come to a class on their own and they're a bit like, oh, I'm going on my own and I'm not sure if I'm going to like it. So making people feel welcome and saying, I'll be there, you know, to greet you. Then they're not walking into a class where everyone knows each other and they don't. So really making people feel comfortable. And also with the Facebook groups, it gives them that relationship with you before they turn up cold to a class. And also, it's really nice to see people. So with our online meetups, it's just really nice to connect. You know, we've never met in real life, but when you talk to someone or see them speaking, then you know whether you like that person or you warm to them, or so before you even go to a class, you've got that warm relationship. So you might want to do a live or a pre-recorded within the group, so that people get to know who you are and what you do as well. So I know not everyone likes to do a live, and not everyone likes to go on video, and it's not essential, but we've found that by putting a lot of videos on our website, people get to see our personality and that we are human beings and that we, you know, we really care about what we do. So that's number 2.
Excellent. Yeah.
Do you have any questions on that, Helen? Or
well, just to say that, you know, since lockdown has finished, people are saying exactly that, how wonderful it is, you know, to be in a group with other human beings again and just talk to each other, you know. And sometimes it's a challenge to move on with the next dance because people want to talk so much, you know. But definitely, I mean, I think that when you put something on the, like, because I've been using the mums groups as you suggested, you know.
Brilliant.
And when you get that reaction, it's really important, as you say, to sort of get in there and chat on the link that you've put, you know, so that people feel comfortable coming to the class, you know, and they feel as though they're actually talking to a human being, you know, not just some, you know, person out there who's doing the class. So definitely, you know, it's really, really important. What you're saying.
Yeah, it's a great way. It's a great way to connect with people. And then, you know, you'll find that, I mean, I put something in one of our groups today was, we do like, tell us what you want Thursday. And I just said, you know, we're now, you know, if you don't have dance in your local primary school, please pass on our link, because we'd love to speak to them about introducing dance to their PE sessions, because it's so important for kids to get active, get creative, get that headspace, that feel-good factor. It's a massive stress reliever. So that's another way of, you know, of increasing people in your kids' classes, or if you want to get into, you know, teaching in the schools, that's another great way to do it, and that's working really well.
Sure. I was just going to say that because last time we mentioned about which is the best social media platform, I think it was Emma was saying about Facebook, and I totally agree with that, because with Instagram, you don't get that so much of a connection. It's more about images, but Facebook, it really does give you the opportunity to kind of connect with people online, definitely.
Yeah, it's a tricky one, because, you know, and social media is so time consuming, especially for dance teachers that are out there delivering it. You know, we are expected to be everywhere. So, you know, the word on the street is to pick a platform that works for you and really do that well. We do all of them. We do find that Instagram is really good for us, but it is mainly sort of images, but also sharing information from our teachers as well. But just, it's a good way of getting over the benefits of dance in a visual way, as well as video, as well as, you know, you can do videos. So we're doing more videos on Instagram, and they've got a great little tool that transcribes what you say as well. So we've found that if you do have subtitles on your videos, people stay longer because they read them and they're listening to you. So if you go onto Instagram, they've got some new little features where you can put a link, whereas before you had to see the link in my bio. Now there is a link tab where you can actually put a URL, a website link in there, or a Facebook link.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so you can just go straight through. You can also add music. If you are on there as an entrepreneur, you can add music, and that makes it really good fun. And yeah, so it's a good way of doing it. That's on stories. Obviously on posts you can do things as well, but I would say try not to do too much and feel overwhelmed with it. If Facebook's working for you, great. And meanwhile, if you want us to put something out on Instagram, we've got that audience for you ready-made as well, so you can just say, oh, could you post this out, and we're more than happy to do that as well. So we try and take some of the marketing away from you so that we can, you know, you can concentrate on what you do, which is amazing. Yeah, and the last one is ask your customers, friends and family to recommend you. So we're British here, and a lot of us Brits don't like to ask for recommendations or feedback. And in the early days of pop dance, I didn't want to ask for feedback because I was worried about what people were going to say. But now I love feedback, so I always ask for feedback, whether it's good or bad. Obviously, we all want good, but the good thing about bad is that it enables you to know how you've made someone feel, or how someone's found what you're offering, and then you can do something about it. So if it's something that needs fixing, you can fix it. If it's something that you need to talk to that particular customer about, you have that opportunity. So rather than someone going, do you know what, I've hated that class, I'm never going again, it's good to have a chat as to why that class wasn't right for them, or they might have thought, well, that choreography was a bit too tricky and I'm not going to get it. And then you can actually take them through that choreography in simple steps. So recommendations are amazing. If you're, another thing to do, but again, it's not essential, but it's a great way to build your marketing, is Google My Business, and Google reviews work really, really well. So if you're not on Google My Business, we have got more information about it, but something is free and it's like a little mini website, and it's a good place to get reviews, because Google obviously own, you know, Google searches, and it works really well. So whenever we've done a party or classes, say it's somebody's first time to your class, it's always good to follow up with an email to say, oh, how did you find it? How, you know, I'd love your feedback. Let us know how you got on. And then generally people do come back to say, you know, I loved it, or I found this bit tricky. Again, it gives you the opportunity to rectify or speak to them. But if they recommend, if their feedback is great, you can say, would you mind leaving me a Google review, or would you mind if I use that on my Facebook page or on my website? We always ask their permission before using their feedback. And again, you don't have to give their whole name or even their name. You can just use that. So it's a great tool. And also friends and family, you know, do they know what you do? Do they know what you offer? They would obviously be more than happy to support you in terms of telling other people, did you know my mate runs a brilliant pop dance fit class? Here's a link to her website. Even if you just write something for your friends and family to share, could be on their Facebook page, could be in an email to friends, could be mums that are down at the school, in the school playground, talking to other mums. Don't ask, don't get, I've written here. So always ask for feedback, and ask people for recommendations. So we just actually had someone who was interested in booking a pop dance kids party with us, and they've decided they're going to do a party at home now, and she said, oh, you know, keep you in mind for next year. And I said to her, does your local, you know, does your daughter's, because it was her daughter's 6th birthday, and I said, oh, does your daughter's primary school, do they have dance at the school? Because if they don't, then please would you pass on our link to your school, because we can either work directly with your PE teachers, or we have teachers that can come in and deliver pop dance for you. So the school may well already have dance, they may not be interested, but it's another potential, you know, another potential way into primary schools if that's what you're looking to do. But that's just, you know, we've had a conversation, we've got a warm relationship. And then you just say, you know, you have to ask these things. So so that's the 3 things you can do this weekend to increase your class numbers. So it's email your database, or start to create a database, keeping in touch with your existing participants. You know, with the Comic Relief thing coming up, you can say, really exciting news, we've got the Comic Relief dance that we're going to do live on Zoom on the night. Love for you to be involved. Come to class, we're going to learn the moves. Or people that have been and not come back, just say, you know, we've missed you, would love your feedback, why don't you come back and see what it's all about, would love you to come and have another go. Just keeping in touch with people. So you can use like your own emails, or you can look at something like Mailchimp or Mailerlite if you want to get really into it. Get chatting in Facebook groups, so the mums groups, or groups where people are into fitness or dance. There's loads of groups around. Do check the rules. There's generally rules on the right hand side as to what you're allowed to post. Some people post on specific days, so check out the rules first, because you don't want to upset anyone. And the 3rd one is ask your customers, friends and family to recommend you, or to pass on your details to people that may well be interested in what you're doing. So if you do all those, or even just one this weekend, let us know how you get on.
I certainly will, definitely.
Cool. Well, thanks for joining me, Helen. Unless you've got any other questions, the next meetup is on the 3rd of March, and it's just a informal, relaxed conversation, as we've had, just chatting about how things are going, how we can help you. You don't have to be a pop dance teacher to come along. It's open to everybody. and we're having the new skill building section, which is only like 15 minutes. I don't know how long I just took, probably longer than that. And in the March issue, we've got Deborah Laws joining us from Dance Business Lab, who's going to give us loads of tips for helping us in our dance businesses. So check that out. And then I think it's April, we've got social media expert as well. So let us know if there's any other subjects you'd like us to cover, and we can get some experts in to help on that as well.
Brilliant.
Cool. Thanks, Han. Thank you for joining me. Sorry, it's just been me and you, but I'm quite happy with that.
I thoroughly enjoyed it. Thanks a lot.
No worries. And let us know how you get on, and we'll send you all the comic relief info.
Yes,
and we'll
please.
check out, probably will be Uptown Funk. I love that routine, but we'll keep you posted.
My guys will be really happy if it is.
Yay. All right, darling. Take care. See you later.
Take care. Bye.
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 Bye.